Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, and people in between. This is the fifth and the final match I'll be casting from round 1 of my tournament held on the EU servers, Invex Starcraft 1 vs 1 tournament. And it's unfortunately another PvC because there were so goddamn many of them on Metalopolis, so the tried and true combination does not fail. Maybe it's something about this map, it just produces good games. They're not amazing games. I'm not going to say they're amazing games. The games do get better though. Stick with the tournament. Stick with the matches. And this is between the blue Zerg of aPsychonaut, spawning up here in what I'm playfully calling the 12 o'clock position, and MilkLizard, the yellow Protoss, down here in what's being known as the 2 o'clock position by all the cool kids. And the scouting overlord coming across here, as I described in the last video, it should do, go to the closest one and find it, and he should be seeing that just about now and pulling back this drone probably to come back to his base and resume mining. Production tab up there. And yes, I'd like to apologise for most of these being PvZs, but I can't really help that, that's what people like to play apparently. And you know, I've watched far too many Terran matches of just Terran steamrolling people, so I appreciate having a lot of PvZ to cast, but nah, you know. Anyway, drone not being pulled back and sent in for proper thing, and it's just whoa, lots of probes just running after that guy and not being sent to mine properly. The gateway's going up, so I'm gonna pass through that. Now, quite a little bit before the spawning pool went on fire, the extractor going out, very standard Zerg opening here. I mean, you could probably count this to the second. So I'm going for a bit more stronger economy than we saw last game from Titch. And yeah, anyway, where was I? I'd also like to apologise for a lot of these first round matches coming from Metalopolis. The reason being that we did all of the first round matches on 4-player maps. So Metalopolis, Lost Temple, Cool Ash Ravine, Delta Quadrant was sort of the 4 maps which everyone played with. It turned out a lot of mostly Metalopolis and Lost Temple we used. There were a few on Cool Ash Ravine and very few on Delta Quadrant, only about 2 or 3 of the games. And just simply this was because round 1 was best of 1, so it seemed fairer to me to have this, not have these maps like Steps of War and stuff where there's easy rushing distance, or Incineration Zone, which there are no matches played on that. Some people don't seem to like it. I like Incineration Zone though. You can get some interesting play from there for such a small map. People are up close, it's personal. But yes, so all the matches were played in these 4-player maps, and it just turns out that the games I wanted to cast happened to be on Metalopolis mostly. So I do apologise for that, but it's the way the world goes. In the future you will be seeing more maps, like Steps of War is used, I know that for a fact, and Desert Oasis, and some of the more, you know, traditional, just 2-player maps where some interesting games can come out. And Zealot being popped in here from the start, 2 Zealots being popped, and then a Sentinel, so after that Cybercore goes up, Metabolic Boost being researched over here, and nothing much interesting happening out of the ordinary. Second gateway being brought in here, and this high gas cost and low mineral cost of the Sentinel allows you easy time to catch up with your economy and plan down the second gateway. It's pretty good. And this is not quite a traditional 2-gate, it's got a Cybercore in there, but you know, these sentries will be good, especially if a Baneling bust comes, which isn't, because he's going for an expansion. Fast expand, 5 minutes just before then he's got it down, so that's pretty good timing for an expansion. This time he hasn't got a hell of a lot to defend it. In fact, he's got 2 Zerglings out on the field, as I count, 4 Zerglings out on the field. So he hasn't got a lot to defend. I mean, these guys could run in and kill them. Oh, there was some more over here, were there? But they were shielded, blocked in, and very handily killed by this. So those force fields being put to good use there, but the fear of the Baneling bus not there. But he can make a good composite force here of Stalkers, which are shite against Zerglings, Speedlings. But he can have those force fields there to help him out from the Sentinels, and just those rock-hard, tasty Zealots, which are awesome against Terran. And there's a Spire going up here, which is a very interesting idea, using this Overlord shitting creep inside of here, out of sight. And gonna put his Spire up in there, so semi-hidden, but he's not in danger of being found just yet. But there's a small Protoss force moving up, and there's a couple of Zerglings, but they can be dealt with these guys. Hatchery there just finishing, there's a forge going up back at MilkLizard's base. Did I say his name before? I said it was the Yellow Protoss, I'm sure I did. Anyway, this is MilkLizard, say hi guys. And Zerglings coming in here, very nice force field, stopping them up the ramp, and these blocking the Zealots out of the way, but these sentries and Zealots able to pick off at will these guys, and they're finally deciding to turn around just as the force field end. Boom, another force field, very good. Keeping more of these there. A few come down, one of the sentries goes down, and he's focusing down on this hatchery, and he's going to destroy it. So that early expansion not paying off there, as MilkLizard makes a good early push. And they're coming down now, and the Brooklings are coming out, and oh, he's pinched it from side to side. aPsychonaut, unhappy with that, but he still manages to hold off. There's rock hard Spine Crawler going down there. Yep, Spine Crawler down there, so he's ready to defend if there's a concerted push here from MilkLizard. Forge going down, not sure why. Is he going to get... Warp Gate research just coming up now. First Mutalisk is in production, 2 more gateways added on, so going to go for 4 gate pressure, it seems like that. And he's in a good position to be doing it, but he needs to watch out, because if a massive Mutalisk come in the back here, he could very easily lose a lot of these harvesters, and he has not got that many actually. He's gone for 2 guests now to support his addictive habits, and these Protoss forces just moving up and down, and reinforcements regularly coming up, no one holding this tower in the middle, so no one getting a real decent idea of what's going on. Some Zerglings there moving out there as the expansion goes down again, but the Protoss aren't looking at that, they're just sneaking into the base there. And you see the Spine Crawler, they're going to take a few pot shots of that Overlord. The Zerglings being brought back in here, he's going for this position here, and this could be quite good if he uses the Zealots to block off those Zerglings. Don't let them get near those Stalkers, he could do a lot of damage here, the Queen there, and he's blocking off very well. Oh no, don't move the... No, the Zealots have been moved back, and the Zerglings are in there and surrounding everything in there. Give them a chance to get around this back bit here as well, and ooh, Speedlings just hammer. A lot of Speedlings killed there, but could have been a lot more damage done by the Protoss there with just his positioning behind the mineral lines. Blocked off there, he did it at the start and then he pulled back for some reason. Maybe because they start getting through there, I'm not too sure, but a little unfortunate, but still keeping the pressure on, and this expansion's going back up, and it's probably going to get successfully up this time, as there are not many forces. One Stalker being popped out there, and here come 3 Mutalisks, like I said. And the probes fleeing for all that they're worth, and a few of them not fleeing because they're inside the gas guys. It isn't too cool to listen to orders. And there's still only 1 Stalker out there. There's 1 Stalker for 5 Stalkers now, unless they pop out with Chrono Boost. And those Mutalisks, angry that they could not continue that attack, popping off that the probe there. And now aPsychonaut resuming, holding this Zelnaga watchtower in the middle of the map. So he's regained a bit of a foothold here, and there's only Stalkers here. He's got quite a lot of Speedlings, and they'll be very good against those Stalkers, able to do a lot of damage. And running in here, taking a few shots in that pylon, running in, but they're positioning, surrounding a couple of these Stalkers and doing damage to them, but the other ones they're able to pick off at will. Going to try and run around here, it looks like, and try and go for these probes, and it seems that a couple of probes will not return to their mining positions, and are even being used in the attack. And these Zerglings mopped up finally by these Stalkers, which are taking quite a bit of damage from those Zerglings, and 2 gates here being morphed. There we go, good. Not quite sure where this forge is here. I haven't seen it research anything. We haven't seen cannon shoots to defend his mineral line, like we could have done. There's 2 Spine Crawlers up here now, and nothing else in production. And there we go, a drone and a couple of pylons being added on here. And this expansion is fully up. It's got a Queen, and it's got those lovely little things called drones on them, so you could get to 2 more gas out there and really start pumping these muters. But unfortunately, there's Stalkers out in the field. And MilkLizard, now we got to this, there we go, forge there, providing photon cannons. There was a use for it in the end after all. Pushing out again here. There's not that many forces this time. There's about 6 Mutalisks out in the field and a handful of Zerglings, but that's not going to be enough. I think the Zerglings will be pretty powerful here. There's only 2 Zealots, a couple of sentries again here, and he's going to be able to snipe this one. Looks like the drones did get out of there, and a couple more Spine Crawlers going up here in the main to stop this advance. Broodlings coming out there as always. Love Broodlings. And these 6 Muters going to make an attack, but they're going to run into these photon cannons. which only that one's under 1 power field, I think, so I'm not going to have much luck there. Destroying that pylon out of spite. This is just their ragging zone, their whipping bitch. But on the other side of things, MilkLizard moving in here, these speedlings, trying to move them there, and lots of force fields going off, denying them access to these squishy stalkers. Well, relative term. But there are plenty of spine crawlers up there, and there's not many zerglings, but these mutas are coming back here to help defense here, and a few zerglings moving in where they can there, taking out one of the zealots, and the mutas coming back here but being decimated by these very, very good anti-air units, stalkers. I'd like to see him go and reach further tact or something, I don't know, Twilight Council into High Templar, and this small force here being mopped up by aPsychonaut GGing out there. I mean, wasn't in an all terrible position, no offense. All the spectators leaving there, not quite a few of us that much. But, yeah, Jesus. MilkLizard did well to keep the Zerg contained for the time he did, and his mutilist harassment failed, and I think he knew after that one that it would just be a matter of time before units just kept pouring in, as he didn't have that second base, and it's just a matter of time before these went down. MilkLizard didn't do a great job attacking there, but it worked for him out, it worked out for him, and MilkLizard advances to the next round, and that will be the final game I'm casting from round 1. Now we move on to round 2, best of 3, and other matches apart from that aren't played on Metalopolis.